All right, Smell Good family, we got another one for y'all. Another debate that happened at work that we bringing over to YouTube. Cookies and ice cream or brownies and ice cream? What are we doing? What are we doing? Cookies and ice cream, whatever cookie you decide. And brownies and ice cream, whatever style brownie you decide. Whatever style ice cream you decide. Which one is truly pound for pound number one? Now, I'm going to go brownies, walnut brownies, and vanilla bean ice cream. Not that weak vanilla bean. I'm talking about that legit vanilla bean ice cream. Cookies and ice cream, brownies are ice cream. What do we got? It was elite conversation about which one was better than the other. Want to hear from y'all. Let's talk about it down below in the comments. We're going to settle these world debates on this channel. Cookies and ice cream, brownies are ice cream. Think about it. Be true and be brave. Let me know down below in the comments. Let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell Good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, man, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes, and most importantly, it is positive vibes only. All right, so we are back, Smell Good family, to do the video that I love to do each and every week, and that is the weekly rotation video. All right, this is week 191. Man, we're almost to 200 straight weeks covering every fragrance that I wore during the week of November the 2nd. And this week, man, we had a back and forth of cool weather and warm weather. When you're living in Florida, this is how it is. Half of the week is cold, half of the week is warm, then it'll vice versa. This is just what we got going on down here in the South. All right, so most importantly, man, appreciate y'all. Y'all drop your rotations down below. What are you guys wearing? Love to read the comments. Drop those rotations. Let's see what y'all got going on this week. All right, so let's go ahead and top it off with Sunday. Sunday was an off day, chill day. It was a little cooler, as I stated a few seconds ago. The first half of the week, we had some cool weather. The back half of the week, we kind of got a little bit more warm. Not hot, but just a little bit warm, all right? But Sunday, we went with this one, and I still love this DNA. I have a lot of different fragrances with this style, from this line in particular. But the original is always, it always sets the tone, all right? And it's always something that you want to reach back for to see where it all started, at least for me. From the house of Emporio Armani on Sunday, we went with the original Stronger With You. The original Stronger With You. I still remember buying this fragrance retail from Ulta. This was a few years back, man, right when I was really starting my channel. And I used to hear Big Beard Business talk about this particular fragrance, like over and over and over again. This one in By the Fireplace. And I went into my local Ulta. There it was. I picked it up. I said, whoa, that is fire. And it's still really good to this day, man. So you get a little bit of this this chestnut, a little bit of this lavender freshness. There's this kind of fruity, pineapple-y, fruit basket fruitiness in the opening of this. And then of course you get into the warmer aspects of the fragrance as it continues to dry down, and it's just one of those really good ones. And I know the Intensity gets a lot of love, absolutely, and all the other flankers that are out there, and it's a really great line. It's a really great line. I personally love the leather. I love the oud versions of this fragrance, but the original is where it all began, and it's still really good. Cozier fragrance for me, especially during the fall, you know, chilling around the house, you know, just kind of relaxing, you know, moving around, kind of light on my feet, man, on a cooler day. This is one that's still good, man. You can get this for a really good price on discounters these days, and don't pay the full retail like I did a few years ago. But from the house of Emporio Armani, we have Stronger With You. the original, and it's still one of those ones. Very good, man. Very good. All right. Up next, really blown away by this inspired take on this renowned popular DNA. And what am I talking about? On Monday to the office. Wow. From the house of Yom and Leo, we went with Oud Legacy. Oud Legacy from Yom and Leo. And what is this inspired by? This is inspired by the great Tom Ford Oud Wood. And when I tell you, this is one of the closest takes on that original Tom Ford Oud Wood DNA that I've ever smelled. Like, bro, this is like 95, 96% close, maybe even higher. I was just really kind of blown away how they was able to lock down the smooth factor with the collision of, you know, the oud and the other representative notes and accords in this fragrance, man. It is absolutely beautifully done. Performance, forget about it. The performance is outstanding. Now, this is not a fragrance that just screams and yells, you know, gets out in front and screams and yells. No, it creates a nice bubble. And it's going to be there. It is not going to fade. I'm talking like 9-10 hours before I started to notice that it was kind of starting to be a little bit more faint. Now, all Yom and Leos are extrait de parfums, and when you get into those more darker DNAs, those more heavier DNAs, it really shows the power of the fragrance, man, at this extrait de parfum level. All right, and this is a really, really, really good one. I'm going to do a review on this one soon. I was just really kind of blown away. This has crept into my top 10 from Yom and Leo, what they've done. And honestly speaking, like, I have a 10 ml of Tom Ford Oud Wood, and I did a side by side. And honestly, like, closing my eyes, like, I couldn't tell which one was which. I could not tell which one was which, man. This is well done. And I smell some other takes on this Oud Wood DNA. None of them are close to this. None of them are close to this. So, got 2 compliments in the office as well on Monday. And boy, I'm going to be running this back really, really soon, man. From the house of Yom and Leo. Great job here. We went with Oud Legacy. And this is their take on Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Well done, for sure. All right, up next, man. This is one of my favorite experiences of 2025. This house is really, really, really good. But this particular profile is outstanding. From the house of the Street Scent Dubai, we have Black Mamba on Tuesday to the office. Monday and Tuesday were the cooler days of the week. Very cool. We got down into like the mid 40s, almost low 40s, and just feeling really, really great out there. But this fragrance here, going to the office, man, got on my button down, got on my slacks, got on my hard bottoms, going into the office, man. A boss. This smells like a boss. The man. Himothy. Elite level here, man, with this. The spices and the woods and the leather in here is spectacular. The minimum underlying sweetness of this fragrance underneath makes it beautiful. It doesn't get out of hand with a sweet explosion, pause, but the leather and the spices just really hover over that sweetness and not allowing it to get out of hand. It's out of control of a performer. Shout out my guy Ray. He was bugging out about this one. We were having conversations about it, and he is a fan of Black Mamba. You know, that's my guy, man. So shout out to Ray if you're watching, bro. So Street Scent Dubai, Black Mamba, one of those ones. Masculine boldness right here, and this house is outstanding. I have more on the way from this house that we're going to be discussing, but Black Mamba is the Bruce Wayne, the James Bond, the Shaft fragrance. Like, that's what this is, man. James Bond, Bruce Wayne, and Shaft all wear black Mamba in my world. All right, great stuff here. On Tuesday, to the office. Couple of conversations about this one for sure. Great stuff, man. Masculinity on full display. From the House of Streets in Dubois, black Mamba on Tuesday, to the office. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Outstanding. All right. Up next on Wednesday, started to warm up a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I was just in the mood of a fougere. I said, man, I'm feeling fougere style, meeting day. Let's go with this one. And boy, is this well done. This is well done. From the House of Naughton and Wilson, we have Gravitas pour Homme on Wednesday on meeting day. Classic fougere here. Classic fougere. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Woods, lavender, get a touch of green, get a little bit of a citrus hum in the opening of this. You kind of get that shaving cream-esque vibe as it starts to get into the mid, into the dry down. It's the classic fougere, just giving a modern spin, man. This stuff is beautiful. I love it, man. And it's one that's not going to get out and run and be loud, and it's not going to do that. This is one that, you don't have to announce yourself when you walk into a room. As you're walking into a room and maybe you're walking by people, you're finding your seat, you're getting positioned, getting ready for the meeting. Oh, you have announced yourself by wearing something like this. Classic, classy, gentleman fragrance here. And it's just one that it just can't miss in that type of environment. And as I document on this channel every single Wednesday, I go into this, leadership style meeting where all leaders are sitting at a table and we're having conversations and discussions about what we got going on with our company. But this is one that's on full display. One compliment in the meeting. And I was told, you smell really nice. All right, that's what I was told. So this one was great, man. Signature style scent vibes here. If you want it to be that, if you want to be on that gentleman vibe every single day, this is a great option, man. So from the House of Naughton and Wilson on Wednesday's meeting day, we went with Gravitas pour Homme, outstanding fougere. This stuff is outstanding. Naughton and Wilson, they have some really great fragrances and they do some really, really great work. All right. Up next on Thursday, as I said, we started off the week cooler and then we kind of got towards the end of the week and we were a little bit more warmer. And as you can see in the dent in this bottle, this is a fragrance that is just clutch. It's versatile. You can wear it anytime, any place, anywhere, any situation, and it'll get the job done. Lasts all day long. Fresh, beautiful, clean, outstanding. Outstanding. From the House of Arabian Oud, we went with the great Diwan. Shout out to my guy Charm City, man. I hadn't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing well. But I wanted to shout out Charm City every time I talk about that one because he put me on Diwan. Beautiful apple, cashmere, woody, just fresh, clean. I love what the cashmere wood does in the base of this. Really blending well with that green apple, this crisp, slightly sweet, slightly tarty apple representation here. And this stuff is a sneaky go-getter, meaning it lasts, it projects really well, it performs really, really well. And I'm just a huge fan of this fragrance. I will have Diwan forever in my collection. As I maneuver through my fragrance journey and I sample different things and everyday, versatile, easy to wear, grab and go style scents, this is towards the top of the list for me. And as you can tell, I got this fragrance earlier this year. And I have a pretty solid collection. And for a dent to be like it is in here, that should tell you something, man. This is something that is really, really good and just absolutely works. And it just smells phenomenal. It's just a really, really great fragrance, man. So on Thursday, a little bit warmer, wanted to go something versatile, just kind of didn't want to think about it. And I knew it was going to work no matter what I had going on for that day. We went with this one. From the House of Arabian Oud, we went with the great Diwan. Beautiful stuff here. Really, really good, man. All right. Up next on Friday, one of the best DNAs out there. You're looking for a masculine DNA to represent you in your day-to-day. We've already talked about a fougere, and this is just another one. I have several forms of this DNA in my collection, and this is just one of the best representations of it as well. Great stuff from the house of Orman Jane. On Friday to the office, we went with the Montabaco Intensivo. Montabaco Intensivo. Just outstanding stuff, man. Just outstanding. You get woods, you get suede, you get some juniper, you get this, the woods give off a dry feel here. With this particular version, the woods and the suede are kind of bumped up a little bit more, they're a little bit more present than the slight citrus or slight florals that are in this note breakdown of this fragrance. But one of the more masculine versions of this DNA. Like I said, the woods are a bit dry. The suede is ultra behaved in this one. It doesn't get out of hand, and you get this kind of raw leather feel to the fragrance. Not at all. Great performer. For this one, quite honestly, man, I'm 6 to 8 sprays anything that I wear, but boy, I'll go a good 8 to 10 on this one, because it just doesn't get out of hand. Now, the first hour or so, it'll reach out and touch. It will reach out and touch somebody. But then once it gets itself together, it's just going to create this beautiful scent bubble around you that's going to go and go and go and go until your day is done. And I like that with this DNA. You can put this up there with some of the classic forms of DNAs, the vintage DNAs, the Silver Mountain Water DNA. Some people kind of say this one, the Silver Mountain Water, kind of like cousins in the DNA, or however you want to spin it. But this is just a no-brainer. They have different. The Montabaco line is ongoing, but this is kind of like one of the staples that represents the line, in my opinion. One of the more masculine representations of the DNA. So great for Friday. Just reminded how great this is and why I have maybe 5 different versions of this fragrance in my collection, and I'm cool with that. And yeah, I know, no, I'm not on redundancy, I'm not on that, but when it comes to certain things, I make an exception. All right, and this is one of them. On Friday to the office from the house of Orman Jane, we have Montabaco Intensivo. Outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. All right, and last but not least, this may be a new favorite for Mrs. Hicks. I had to go into work on Saturday for a bit, and she was kind of letting me know that she really vibes with this. Now, my wife loves a nice masculine fragrance off of me. She will let it be known. There's several masculine fragrances in my collection that she'll speak on and let me know just how good I smell and how much she likes it off of me, man. And this is just another example of that. But this is the first time that she's told me that about this one in particular. From the house of Hermes, we have Terre Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver to close out the week. And as you can see, I love that DNA. I have a lot of different versions of this fragrance. But anyway, bold, woody, citrusy, vetiver, just kind of mossy like with this fragrance. This one is for the dogs. As I've stated time and time again, for the dogs. This is probably the boldest take on the DNA outside of the original, the Parfum, the OG Vrai. When I say the boldest, on the masculine side at least. Well, all of them are masculine, but this one is just a kick to the nose. For sure. So I love the DNA, and as you can see, the dents don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are fragrances that I love. These are fragrances that I wear. And going into work on a Saturday, it was a bit cloudy, drizzly, a bit rainy on Saturday, off and on, a little bit warmer than it has been, and this is just perfect. And as I've stated, like, you know, most of the times these days, man, I'm on a real masculine track with my fragrance that I'm wearing. All right, so, and this is another grand represent. I think this entire lineup this week, minus the Stronger With You, definitely represents a very strong masculine presentation. And that's just the vibe I'm on right now, man. And yeah, I know how it go in your fragrance journey, man. You just kind of on a ride, man. You might be tapping into these fresh fragrances one day, now you're in the rose fragrances, now you're in the oud fragrances, like all of that, bro. So, but anyway, on Saturday, no compliments with it. Well, I'll take it back. My wife complimented me, but nothing at work, all right? So on Saturday, it's not that many people around. I'm pretty much kind of tucked away, kind of taking care of some things that I want to take care of during the week. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to carry them into next week. But this is just a classic DNA for a classy man, mature man. And it just absolutely is a stunner, man. I love this DNA. I have many forms of this DNA in my collection, and it's going to stay that way. And as you can see, the dent don't lie, and it's good. So if you're looking for a great masculine representation, I talked about a few today. This is another one to add to the list. On Saturday, to close out the week, from the House of Hermes, we have Terre Oud Intensivo for the dogs. For the dogs. All right, great stuff. All right. So there you have it, Smell Good family. That was my rotation, man. Week 191. Bangers, if you ask me. It was a very much so, man's mind representation this week. With the fragrances of choice, all right? But as I stated, what did you guys wear this week? All right, drop your rotations down below in the comments. Looking forward to seeing what you guys wore, what was new, what was old, what did you revisit, what was yes, what was no, what you guys got going on with your fragrance journey and your rotation for the week, all right? So appreciate all the love, support. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Truly awesome, man, humbling, just wild, man, of all the support and love that this channel gets. And I'm very appreciative of that. We got something really, really fire for the 30K too. Something really, really fire for the 30K giveaway. So once we get there, we'll talk more about it, man. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do so. All right. If this is what you're loving, and if this is what you want to be a part of, the Smell Good family, come on in. We are welcome you with open arms and glad to have you. All right. So until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourself. It's positive energy. It's positive vibes. It's positive vibes only, all right? Splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world is exactly what you are going to get back, all right? Y'all have a great week. Peace, man. Of course, till next time, splack.